Hey everyone, we did it. We finally did it. We beat Dark Souls 3. What am I saying? I finally beat Dark Souls 3. You guys, well, it's a we thing. We kind of did it together. We went on this journey, this adventure together, and we fucking did it, and I'm really proud. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Basically, what I want to talk about is the journey that I went through and like my final thoughts on Dark Souls 3. I'm not doing a review, but this is just my journey and basically how far I've came since starting this series to where I am now. It's very emotional. It's very it's weird because I started this series when I was living at my parents' house and I was going through a lot back then, and it's funny looking where I was then. I was like, oh, Dark Souls 3, this is going to be the game that launches the channel and people are going to flock to it. That didn't necessarily happen, but I mean, I think to this day, it's still like a consistently, like when I was doing that other channel, it was consistently people were watching it, which was great. Like it really kept me motivated to do more Dark Souls videos, and I wanted to do the full Let's Play of it, but I was getting mad at the game, and I took a couple months break from it, and then I came back, and I'm like, I just want to play it myself, just because like I've never beaten one of them. And then I went back, played it, got to a certain point. Actually, I think I got to like the last few levels of the game, and I'm like, this feels like the end of the game. I want to bring this series back. I know people out there want to watch it. And why not? Let's end it. I started this on the channel, and we'll finish it on the channel. So that's why there's, to the Dark Souls fans out there, there's such a huge gap in between. Like, I don't remember. I think it was like episode 13 or 14. Something like that. To like episode... 13 to 14, I think. There's like such a huge gap in like the game, is because I just took a break and I wanted to play it myself because I was getting mad. And people don't realize that when you do a video on YouTube, I used to be in that camp of like, whoa, why can't they just do this? Like, oh, this is so infuriating. The solution is right there. But when you're actually sitting and trying to entertain people and playing a game and trying to do good at the game, it's very hard. And it was really hard for me to focus on you guys and play the game and try to do good, because Dark Souls, obviously, as we know, is a game that is brutal and you're just going to die a lot. And that was really boring for like me to edit and for you guys to watch, and I didn't want to put you guys through that. So I wanted to get to a point where I was comfortable with returning, and you know what, I found a really deeper appreciation from Dark Souls 3 and just the series as a whole, like just the whole Soulsborne games. I found a really deep appreciation and a love for these kind of games. But I kind of got off topic a little bit, but this is a game, Dark Souls 3 was a game for me that just, in a weird way, I know like I think everyone has something in their life that they are attached to, like whether it be a movie or a TV show or a song or a video game or something that kind of resembles a major transition. And to me, that game is Dark Souls 3. This was the first series, the only series that I took with me from my parents' house to where I'm at now, this house. Resident Evil 7, I guess, kind of counts, but I didn't really start the main game of Resi 7 until I moved here. I did the demo and the teaser at my house, and I brought it here. Hoonie Pop, yeah, okay, so there's two. Hoonie Pop, I will go back to that. But it's such a weird, not weird, it's a great thing to finally beat the game and to look back to where I was then and to where I am now. It's really emotional, and this is going to be a game that I'm going to remember for a long time, because it resembled me growing up and moving out of my parents' house, just being really depressed and antisocial to where I am now. And also a lot of ways, I made a lot of friends through Dark Souls 3. I made a lot of, people that I never thought in a million years that I would even like hang out with. We kind of talked about Dark Souls 3 because wasn't a big fan of it, but I liked the games. And then friends I have now, they're huge fans of the series. They watch my videos and they're like giving me tips like, oh, you should do this, or like, no, you should totally, go with this build. Like, oh, you're having hard time with it, here's what you should do. And we just talked and we just kind of like connected via Dark Souls, and then we all became good friends. I have many friends like that. So yeah, this is a game for, like, to me, I am always going to be appreciative for, because it's just going to hold a special place in my heart. This video is kind of rambly and emotional, but that's just what this game has made me. It pissed me off. Not gonna lie, I considered just stopping in general. It pissed me off. It made me like cry, like when I finally beat it. Like I was tearing up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see, but I was actually like tearing up a little bit because I like finally did it. It made me laugh. It made me just everything. Like I felt a wide range of emotions while playing this. And I know this is a weird video to make, and it's just a weird like kind of vibe that I'm putting off, but you probably can't explain. You probably won't understand where I'm coming from unless you've kind of had this sort of experience before, where you transition from one place to where you are at now, and like it could be like a TV show. Like maybe you moved in, with your significant other, like, oh, and you guys like bonded through like a TV show, and then you guys started watching the TV show together, and then like, let's move in, and then like you guys started watching the TV show together, and it ended, and they're just like, I remember where I was when the TV show began, and then it ended. We're like living together, like getting married, or kids, or whatever, getting a new job, whatever. This is what that game is for me. This is what that is for me. It was Dark Souls, and I cannot express enough how thankful I am to you guys watching. I know this video is kind of rambly and it's really emotional and sappy, but I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for you guys. I'm really thankful for sticking with me through the channel transition. I know I didn't gain everyone as I thought I would, but you guys who did follow really understood where I was coming from. You guys were so supportive, and I got a lot of like messages, and I got a lot of comments, and a lot of people were just like, hey, we support you through this whole transition. That's what that was for me with Dark Souls, and the fact that you guys enjoy my content enough to follow me through to a different channel really means a lot, and I cannot express how thankful I am to you guys for that. So yeah, thank you. Sorry again, I just want to say this. I'm sorry that there hasn't been a lot of videos lately. There hasn't been games that I've been interested in that's came out, but that's primarily my fault because I felt really guilty. I wanted to beat Evil Within, and I am sorry that the videos are so damn long, but that game is just a long game. You saw it took me like 13 hours to beat. I can't do 15-minute intervals with that game because there's just like long times where nothing happens because you're just walking from one place to another. But just thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for supporting me, following me through this transition from one channel to another, from one house to another. It really does mean a lot. And I'm going to start just playing random games, doing random skits, doing random vlogs. I'm going to start doing that stuff again because I really do miss the vlogs and just the random games that I used to play. So thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for liking the series. And that was it for Dark Souls 3. We finally did it. We finally did it. So, guys, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Hopefully soon. Sooner rather than later. I'll see you. I've been doing this for 2 years, almost, and I've yet to nail an outro, so. I'm so awkward. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.